Welcome back to Casket Point. Today is day 19 of our new era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar, where from December 1st to December 25th, we'll be trying 25 fun, funky, mysterious samples. We're going to rate them, we're going to give tasting notes, we're going to try to figure out what we're having. At the end of the video, we'll find out what we had. It's day 19, let's have some fun. So, people tell me that I say a lot of whiskeys smell like malt and taste like malt, and they're all malt, but this to me is malt. Now, it could be interpreted instead as a little bit chalky and grainy, which I think is less appealing, but this is a little bit malty to me. There's some chocolate on this, which I actually do really like, which is typically what I like out of malt whiskeys. But over time, I've had this sitting for about 10-20 minutes here, and I've been smelling it, before this video, and it has opened up to a little bit more sweetness, which is why I'm thinking it's probably not a malt whiskey, and I'm probably just a little bit crazy here. But honestly, I'm getting a lot of beam on that. I'm getting, this is some sort of Booker's batch, peanut, there's spice on this, but it's not super fruity. There is some caramel and maple sweetness, but there isn't any fruit at all. No red fruit, no black fruit, nothing like that. Yep, I'm leaning towards this is a Jim Beam, and looking at the color, I don't think this is going to be an Irish or Scotch whiskey. And to be fair, I kept talking about all these Irish and Scotch whiskeys. I think we've had one so far, and it's day 19. So I may have thought that there would be a lot more of them than there actually were. I think we just had Gold Spot, if I remember correctly, and then at Heaven's Door that was finished in Redbreast. So we're probably in America here, and we're probably in bourbon. Let's take a sip. Okay. It's a little bit hot. I think this is standard Booker's. So it's like a flash of hot peanuts, a little bit of spice, a little bit of caramel, and then kind of just dies. And it's not that good. It's probably low 7s. It's 6 years old and 125 proof, in my opinion, because I think this is a Booker's. Now, will I be able to figure out which Booker's batch it is? Probably not. I don't think I know my Booker's batches well enough. I haven't tried all of them from this year yet. I believe 2023-04 has dropped, because it's December, so it must have dropped. I don't even recall what it looks like, but I know the 03 was purple, 02 was yellow. I did try 01, and I actually don't think I ended up reviewing it, but, or I did review it, but it was on my website, is what I did. But I should probably hunt down some more Booker's samples at some point. But to me, this is Booker's. To me, this is standard Booker's. The question is, does this get less hot over time? Because if this doesn't drink like 125 proof, then it can be anything. And this could be like a Knob Creek store pick as well. We have had one already, but what's stopping there from being two if this is a particularly good one? So let's see. Let's get a second sip here. That's hot peanuts. That's spice. That's Jim Beam. That is Jim Beam. That's 2024-01. And that's just because that's the only one that I've had from this year. And it tastes really similar. It tastes really similar. There's a slightly more sweetness on this than I remember there being on the one that I tried, which could just be, a few months of opening up or something. I think this is Booker's. I'm trying to think what else this could be. Now, I think the proof is around 120. I don't know if the proof is 126, 127, which is where you're going to get in those Booker's batches. I think this could be a little bit lower, like 115 or 120. But in that range, that kind of just tastes like Jim Beam. There aren't a ton of options. We've tried the Jacob's Well, Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well, or maybe it was just Hardin's Creek 2-year whatever weird thing that we tried a few weeks ago now. It's been a while. And this could be Jacob's Well, but if it's Jacob's Well, I'm thinking it's 184 because I've had 211 and 211 was much better than this. And it could be that. I mean, 15-year Jim Beam, but mixed with Old Grandad, so there's a little bit of funk in it. And it would be lower proof. That one I think is around 107 proof, because the 211 is 107. It could be that. It could be that. That would be interesting here. I haven't tried that as well, but I'm thinking we're in the Jim Beam flavor profile here. The question is this 125 proof, or is this maybe 110 proof? I'm going to take another sip here. I'll give it my best guess. We'll find out what we're having. It's not as hot. Now I'm thinking this is actually one of those Hardin's Creeks. Maybe it's the Frankfurt or the Claremont or the Boston, because maybe I don't even think this is good enough to be a 184. I would expect 184 months, which would be, what is that, like 15 years and 4 months. I would expect that to be better than this, even though I haven't had it yet. To me, this is Jim Beam, this kind of cheap Jim Beam. I don't really care for it. It's a little bit bitter and astringent as I drink it more. And so it was probably a 7.2, 7.3 in the beginning, is falling quickly. I'm going to rate this a 6.8. I don't care for it. I think 40, 50 bucks is fine. But I'm going to guess it's one of those Knob Creek / Hardin's, whatever the heck it is, Hardin's Well, Jacob's Well, Hardin's Creek. I think it's a Hardin's Creek. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna go Claremont. I haven't tried them all, but to give my one guess, and I'll put on your screen what I'm talking about. But let's find out what we're having. We are on day 19 here. Let's find out that it is like a rye that I've had a million times. Let's see. Bardstown. Okay. Bardstown, the Prisoner Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in Prisoner French Oak wine. So the French Oak is where I'm getting that kind of oak astringency there. That's pretty standard. Definitely overpriced, I'll tell you that. It's 100 proof. We said, yeah, it was like 100. So I ultimately guessed something that I thought was around 100, 107 proof. So yeah, I mean, we got the proof right. I'll give you that. I should say I'll give myself that. We're probably in that age range. I don't know how I could have gotten this, but let's see why it's in it. So Bardstown's Bourbon Company, The Prisoner. So we just had Prisoner's Share in day 18. So guys, this is like, we're drinking something in prison. I don't know. Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in the Prisoner French Oak Red Wine Barrels. Okay. Yeah, so we basically just had 2 different whiskeys that were finished in very similar finishes, and this one is very different. This is the conclusion of the Prisoner Finished Whiskey Flight, which I would assume is just this one and day 18, because I don't think day 17 was. But everyone gives praise to High West for their Prisoner's Share. I just want to see how the competition is doing, as I feel like this window is getting smaller and smaller as more brands take to the art of finished whiskey versus simply covering up product flaws. No, that's fun. I don't think it stands up at all. I think it's actually doing quite a poor job. I don't really care for this at all. I'm going to put the MSRP on your screen, and I'm going to tell you that it's not worth it, because I bet it's like $120, I'm going to guess, for these kind of collaboration series ones. It's not bad, but it's not good at all. And you should save your money. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you had some fun. I had a lot of fun. And I'll catch you guys all in day 20. For now, have a lovely rest of your day.